Welcome back for another devotional reading from the book Christ Triumphant. Today, the topic that we will look at is importance of choosing our location carefully. And the scripture reading is taken from Genesis chapter 13, and we will read verse 10. And it reads, "And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere." The eyes of Abraham's understanding were not closed when he decided that the best thing he could do was to separate from Lot, although he had been to him as a father. But contention and strife he could not endure, even among the herdsmen. He could not have his peace of mind disturbed by unpleasant differences. Separation was painful to him, but it must be. Abraham gave Lot the choice of where he would go so that afterward Lot should not be tempted to think that in the separation Abraham had his own interest in view. Lot chose a beautiful location near Sodom. The land of his choice possessed every natural advantage, but he failed to investigate the morals and religion of the Sodomites. We have on record is after history. The time came when he had to flee from the corrupt city, which was dark with crime of every stripe and type. He was permitted to warn his daughters and son-in-laws, but they would not heed this warning any more than they had heeded his instruction. They mocked at his faith in God, and they perished in the destruction of Sodom. This is a lesson for us all. We should move carefully in the selection of homes for our families. We should seek the help of the Lord in the training of our children and their choice of a life work. Every family should constantly look to God, trusting in Him to guide aright. Sharp discrimination is necessary in order to avoid following a wrong course for the sake of worldly gain. The Lord's will is to be our will. God must be first and last and best in everything. We are to be as teachable as a little child, moving carefully and with entire trust in God. Our eternal interests are involved in the steps we take. Whether we move heavenward toward the city whose maker and builder is God, or earthward toward Sodom's beautiful attractions. God does not consult our opinions or preferences. He knows what human beings do not know, the future results of every moment, and therefore our eyes should be directed to Him, not to the worldly advantages presented by Satan. Here ending another devotional reading. One small detail in this story says a great deal. The Bible tells us that Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere. What he saw looked beautiful, prosperous, and full of opportunity. But while Lot carefully considered the land, he did not stop to consider the kind of influence that surrounded it. Abraham approached life differently. Even when separation from Lot was painful, he trusted God to guide the outcome. Abraham understood something that Lot overlooked, that the place we choose to settle our lives shapes the spirit of our homes and the future of our families. And that is why this story still speaks today. We may not be choosing valleys and cities the way Lot did, but every day we choose environments, influences, and priorities that quietly shape our hearts. Sometimes what appears most attractive on the surface, may lead us further from the life God is trying to give us. You see, the direction of our life is often decided by what we allow our eyes and our hearts to pursue. Let that thought remain with us as we listen to the closing hymn.
Father, lead me day by day, ever in thine own sweet way. Teach me to be pure and true. Show me what I ought to do. When in danger, make me brave. Make me know that thou canst save. Keep me safe by thy dear side. Let me in thy love abide. When I'm tempted to do wrong, make me steadfast, wise and strong. And when all alone I stand, shield me with thy mighty hand. When my work seems hard and dry, may I press on cheerily. Help me patiently to bear pain and hardship, toil and care. May I do the good I know, be thy loving child below, then at last go home to thee, evermore thy child to be.